This is Penny. So she cut across there instead of scooping those cows off the fence. So I'm just going to bring her around again. And what I'll do is I'll try to stay at her shoulder and keep her along the fence. So see, I'm applying that stick pressure there to keep her along the fence. And it worked that time. So on her there, she's just not quite taking the there. She's going a little bit too far up. So I just step in and I push her back towards the back of the cattle. And here I'm going to be prepared for her there. And then I'm going to just give her the hey hey to try to get her to slow down. She should check her speed on the there. If you don't see her checking her speed on her own, then you have to give her a verbal correction, and if that doesn't fix it, step into her or stop her completely. So I'm just going to call her off and do a little outrun with her. So one of her biggest things is anticipating. So she thinks she knows what we're going to do, and she does, but I haven't asked her. So I'm going to put her back exactly where I had left her and make her wait until I give her a command to go. That was a nice flank. Send her on the come by. So she stopped to look at me, which is not really a big deal. She's just either unsure about the distance or whatever. So I just apply a little pressure to make her go. If I don't think she's going to balance off, I'm going ahead and giving her an away command. So I want all these cattle looking at me. I want her to keep them grouped. And I just kind of either flank her around. Ideally, she should balance off on her own. But if she doesn't, I just give the flank command and enforce it. So I'm waiting on this black cow to be looking at me. But she turned in too early, so now I'm going to fix that. So keep her going on the come by. And she turned in again without being asked, so keep her going on the come by. So keep her going again. She's a little flat there, but she fixes it on her own. So when I give her the there, she can turn in and control. And ideally, she should be balancing these to me. There she goes. So I'm correcting her here because if there were no fence behind me, she would have pushed those cattle past me. She needs to be reading the situation and not pushing cattle past me. So I'm sending her nice and wide this time to see if maybe we can get her not to turn in so early. And you can see she's thinking about it here. She goes flat and then she arcs back out. She goes a little flat and arcs back out. A lot of dogs like to wear behind the cattle, and it's not always necessary, which is why I get on to them a little bit about that. The there should be just turn in and control. Keep the cattle going on a straight line, and if that line is directly to the handler, they should keep the cattle coming to the handler. So they don't always need to wear.